Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rooster Teeth podcast. This week brought to you by ExpressVPN, Calm, and Mercari. I'm Gus.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Jessica.
I'm Andrew.
And I'm still Gus.
He would set my desktop background to just the worst stuff. I fell off a stool once. In the kitchen. I didn't have a desk. I worked at the kitchen
It was
bar.
at the Buda apartment.
Yeah. And I was just logged back in. I was like, oh.
You gotta make sure that people know what they were in for.
I feel like people that start off working at Rooster Teeth young lose their innocence earlier than maybe others do.
Mm-hmm. How old were you when that happened? That specific incident, Gavin, when you fell off the stool?
18.
There you go.
See, I don't know if
Just
I saw
under the
those things at
wire.
18.
I was nervous for a second.
That would have been 2006.
I saw this story. It was a YouTube video I think I saw over the weekend where there's this restaurant in Thailand. They make a bunch of stuff, whatever. But the thing they're known for is this one soup that they have. It's like their specialty. And apparently they've been serving this same bowl of soup for 45 years. They've left it like every night, like whatever. They make it in a big bowl, and they start selling it throughout the day. And then as it gets low, they pour more shit into it. So it's like it's never been fully emptied and cleaned out. It's just the same bowl of soup that they've been stirring and heating up and selling for 45 years. And it sounds bad enough, but when you watch the video, it's like in this giant, I don't know, like maybe a wok or a pot or something, and they're cooking it, and it looks like it's in a pedestal, like a special place. Like, oh, this must be like they know, like so they've been making this soup for 45 years. They must have like this place of honor dedicated for this soup. No, that's what has just spilled out from the bowl as they stir it, and it's like hardened and encrusted around it, and it looks like a brown plastic container to hold the soup in place. Oh God! Let me see if I can find it.
I love it. That's so gross in every wonderful way.
Disgusting. But I say that if I was there at that restaurant, I would eat that soup.
I would too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
think of how many sneezes have gone in it over the years.
And
And coughs.
it's big. Yeah. But they probably served that already.
It's like when they take readings, they like core the ice in Antarctica, and you can see all the different layers from
strata.
different years.
Yeah.
Christ.
when they finally chisel those like stalagmites and stalactites of soup off the base of that thing.
Oh shit.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's like almost to the top.
Yeah, there's a lot of
It's a crater.
soup residue left over.
It's like where Superman came to Earth.
Yeah.
Good God.
Okay, there, Kevin. Here's a wider shot.
No.
Oh, that's nasty. Okay. That's
No,
deleted, though.
I'm completely backpedaling on this. I would eat the soup thing. That's
You gotta eat the soup. Like anytime you go
would.
somewhere, it's like there's a weird thing. It's like,
Yeah.
you can't get that anywhere else.
Yeah.
That's a health code violation in the U.S.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
oh, God.
rightfully
Yeah,
so.
it
yeah.
sure is.
taking dumps in sandwiches.
They're not
I mean, you
serving
should
a
try
dump
it.
sandwich, dude. They're serving
That looks like worse
They're
than a dump
serving
sandwich.
a delicious soup that's so popular. They've had it on the menu for 45 years. The same soup.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
I don't know how to process that. I'm trying to think of all the stuff, like all the oopsies that people have done over the years, and it's like,
All the oops.
well, not like poos, but like just like, oh God, this is the 20-year-old soup. Oops, just contempt. Oh well, and then 20 years later, they're still serving it.
It's
It's just out in the open.
So when they go home at night, they obviously turn the flame down. So whatever happens at the bottom of the pan overnight, because then they turn it back on in the morning, because they don't leave it hot all night.
I don't know.
You know what's in the bottom of that soup? Amelia Earhart's bones. Very bottom of that soup. They haven't dredged them out yet.
Yeah.
Like
Right at the bottom.
surely, at one point, a rat jumped in, and no one got it out. No one knew. No one noticed.
They might still be living down there.
Without question. Yes,
That's true.
It's in the witness protection program.
Yeah.
It's hiding in the bottom of a bowl of soup in Thailand.
Yeah.
Soup Atlantis that's just down there.
You would not eat that.
I would totally eat that soup.
And even if like that really like scraped the bottom and gave you a good deep serving of
No,
that
I would
soup.
eat the soup the way they serve it. I would not eat some fucked up
Yeah.
bottom scraping.
Yeah.
Bottom of that is just like Vanta Black. It's that thing
Yeah.
that's just like absorbs all light. It's just
Yeah.
the darkest substance on earth.
Light doesn't know what to do when it hits it. It's just like. Is there any juice
Well-
that doesn't rot?
Honey.
Honey.
It's not a juice.
What's a juice, dude? I mean, you're asking a weird question.
What's a juice?
Let me ask Google.
What?
Is there any juice?
What? The honey's not juice. Like, do oranges
juice?
eat a bunch of shit and then throw up into themselves, and then we get that out?
So are
That's
you
not-
talking about fruit juice? See? It's not so easy
I
now,
mean,
is it?
No, juice is just like stuff squeezed out. Like, you
about-
don't squeeze bees for honey. I mean, I guess you could.
That's the dangerous way to collect it.
The dangerous way.
Bee
Yeah.
milking. Maybe as TV becomes more cinematic, then maybe TVs will get wider.
Oh, God.
Like anamorphic style TVs.
What are we at now? We're at 16 by 9. Get like a 2.35 by 1 television.
Yeah, why not?
I guess because then you'd have pillar box 16 by 9, which is the majority of shit.
I mean, would you rather have pillar boxed TV or a letterbox film?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one.
These things are they're just going to keep getting bigger and bigger until the point to the end where we're just going to become immersed into these movies. We'll just be inside of this giant TV
You think the
thing.
screens will physically be bigger? I mean, that's happening.
What if it's just goggles? Like, what if it's
I
just
mean,
like a
yeah,
VR
we're
headset
just going to
you
be
put on?
immersed into the movie at some point and just be a part of it in some form or fashion. And that's how you watch movies. You're just like, I'm going to be woman number 2, just always there.
Like,
I don't
shit,
know.
I'm really nervous to go to the theater. I didn't memorize my lines. I don't want to ruin it for everyone else.
Yeah, you like pick when you buy the movie, like which
Yeah.
character you want to be. Like, oh, I was an extra. They got killed in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah. I didn't even get to finish the movie.
From the floor in this room.
Shit.
That'd be awesome. Where you just have to like guess which character will make it the furthest through the movie.
I guess that would be smart for the theater, right? Like, because then you'd want to go back and rewatch it. Like,
Honestly, yes.
I want to be a better character.
Absolutely.
You wait till
It's
the
a
last
great
minute.
selling point.
It would work well for movies like Hardcore Henry and stuff.
It's,
Like
it's,
POV
it's,
movie.
it's like getting a seat in the front row of the theater. Like if you wait till the last minute, that's where you're gonna sit. If you wait till the last minute, you're gonna be an extra. You're gonna be you're gonna have a shitty role in the
Yeah.
movie. It's a species of marine spoonworm,
So it's a worm,
I guess.
not a knobfish. Where's the mouth?
There are
Ooh.
so many.
Those are all
That looks like something out of a horror movie.
It really does.
Truly. Truly.
It's incredible.
Also known as Bird Payday. Look at that. Look at just like, oh my God.
Let's saunter on over and eat the penis.
Are they edible?
I was just about to ask you how much I could pay you for you to
Like, would you eat
deep throat one.
knobfish sushi? Deep throat one. Oh, God.
Oh my God. Hey guys, you know what's at the
Yes!
bottom of that 45-year-old soup? You guessed it, penis fish.
penis fish.
Do you think it gets the vanilla flavor?
In Korea, they are eaten as food, often raw, with salt and sesame or gochujang.
So they're just eating salted cock?
Someone
Salted cock.
in Chinese cuisine, the worm is stir fried with vegetables or dried and powdered, and can be used as an umami enhancer.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
That one at the top looks like it's become a vagina.
Oh my God. We now return you to this broadcast of Squirm.
All right, guys.
Jesus.
How much for us to import and feed you a knobfish?
Well, I mean, if they eat it as food, somebody's got to like it, right? It's got to take. Somebody's eating it with chopsticks. They got like little sides and
Yeah.
shit set up there.
What's
Someone's into that.
Absolutely. It's just messing
Right.
it up in our minds because we just think penis
I would eat it.
when we see it.
I would totally eat that.
I also read the other day, Gus, this one's for you, that plants know when they're being chopped down, and they also know when they're being eaten.
What?
And they make noises too.
What?
Yeah,
I
But
don't have a...
plants are dead by the time you get them at the store.
exactly. Yes, I know this, but apparently it's a fact I read on the internet somewhere.
if you
But they
go-
don't have a nervous system.
So if you go to like a broccoli
look it up.
farm and there's like a broccoli in the ground and I start eating it, it's going to make a noise?
We can't hear it. Look it up.
Guys, that's why I'm transitioning my diet to complete sunlight. I go out 30 minutes
And we
in
go
the
full
morning.
circle.
Do vegetables scream?
I would type in plants
Um,
or know when they're being eaten.
although not audible to the human ear, the secret voices of plants have revealed that cucumbers scream when they are sick and flowers whine when their leaves are cut. There's also evidence that plants can hear themselves being eaten.
That's
Surely that's just like chemical reactions to being severed.
Can you imagine being next to a cucumber that screams like, "We know you're just sick. Stop screaming." Can you imagine if you came to work and someone was sick and their response was just to scream? You're like,
Go home.
yeah,
Be fucking
you're fine.
awful.
Do you think a pickle sounds different to a cucumber?
Like it's like a different dialect. It's like
Yeah.
Brits
Yeah.
and Americans.
Yeah, yeah.
I was gonna say it's like helium, like pickles just talk.
It's all the
I
vinegar.
don't really believe that. It's not. I mean, if it's screaming, surely it's just like some frequency that's completely irrelevant of
All right.
pain or suffering.
What does a cucumber scream sound like?
What is this sort of popsicle stick Laffy Taffy joke format we're like developing here?
I don't think any of these are real. These all seem fake. Cucumbers scream when they're sliced. Yep.
I just
I don't think we can hear it.
maybe it's just the sound of the knife pulverizing the skin.
Could be.
I don't believe you, Jessica.
I mean, I read it on the internet, so it's true.
Okay.
So
And I also independently read it on the internet.
so it's
But do you think it's
double
true?
true.
I don't know.
I wouldn't eat a fig.
I was
You'd
given
stack them, but won't
I'll
eat
stack them. I'll help people buy them, but I
You're
will
a
not
fig
partake.
stacker.
a fig monger.
Fig stacker, fig stacker. That's your theme
I
song.
love that song.
Thank
good
you.
song.
Thank you.
Where were you when I worked in a supermarket?
As you're walking, trotting along with your box of figs, fig stacker.
Now he's doing apples. Yeah.
It's just a Mentos commercial, but with just a big ass stack of figs.
It's a song I can actually sing on the podcast because it's my own.
Can we license it from you?
Yes,
That'll
please.
be $20,000 a needle drop. We'll get-
Podcast will get a copyright strike from Jessica personally.
No, she created it on the podcast, so it's property of the podcast now.
No, I definitely thought about that before.
Yeah.
I like. There's a Mexican soup called menudo that I like a lot. It's pretty good.
What's in it?
Ooh.
It's got like hominy, cow stomach lining. It's really good.
Tripa.
Mariel's talked about this soup too. She's also Mexican.
Do you know how to make it?
No, I don't know how to make it.
That was some
Oh,
information.
tonight on Fun Facts. Mariel's also talked about that. She's also Mexican. We'll be right back.
Maybe we're related. We should find out.
Who was that information for?
She's been fucking with me recently. Like last night, wonderful Andrew here had a housewarming party, and I asked, and he invited some people, including Mariel, and I asked her, "Where are you gonna come to Andrew's?" And she's like, "Oh, I have the lesbians over tonight." I was like, "Oh, that's fun." She's like, "Because I'm a lesbian," and I was like, "Okay, yeah, cool." And so I see her tomorrow morning. I'm like, "How was your lesbian party last night?" She's like, "It was fine. It was great, you know." And I'm like, you don't need to tell me that they're just people. You know, your friends that are at your house, and I do know that you're a lesbian also. She's like, okay, you know, I don't know what her deal is. So now I'm just referring to her as like the Mexican lesbian around the office.
I'm going to play
And
board
she's okay
games
with
on
it.
Friday night with all the straight whites.
Well, you know what else you can do on Friday? You can tune into our Rooster Teeth Holidays live stream
Flawless segue.
this Friday. It's at 3 o'clock, only on Rooster Teeth. Bring the straights, bring the gays. They can all come by.
Fueled by Mariel.
Do you know a Mexican? Tell them to come watch. Oh, and the straight whites too. They're totally fine.
I'm just gonna have the marketing department going, why did you plug it like that? What is this?
They're
Because
gonna
they're going to take this one little segment.
We told them. All different races, all different sexual orientations, whatever. Come watch the holiday live thing. It's Friday at 3.
Unbelievable.
Well, you know.
Yeah, big E.
All right, we're done.
Are you sure you don't want to talk about your soup anymore? Are you sure?
No, we're done. That's
Okay,
it.
all right,
We're
all right,
done.
all
We're
right.
out of here.
All right.
All right.
Such a weird
See you
podcast.
later. Bye. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this episode of the podcast. As always, there's some videos right here down below you can click on and watch. You should also click on that bell to get notified whenever there are new episodes uploaded so you can watch them. I want everyone to leave us a comment this week. Let us know, what's the oldest soup you would eat? Would you eat that 45-year-old soup? How old is too old for soup? Really, we want to know. Leave us a comment.